Hotel is not a piece of architecture. It's meant to look like a piece of roadside architecture. It's impossibly thin and 2/3 descaled, and it sits on the edge of a toxic field. But they're not things that you pick up straight away. So it looks like a Formula One hotel. That's the kind of genre I was going for, I suppose. But clearly it's a folly rather than a piece of architecture.
And the first giveaway is the no car park, or that it's just got a sort of gravel down the bottom. Or
yeah, it kind of looks like it has a really cheap one. And there's a pond next to it, some sort of reservoir. I don't know what that is, but that's the pool. And a lot of people want to stay there. And a lot of people try and stop. And to this day, and I love that.
Creature sort of, it's something that just had to work. It's like a hard-working piece of public art or something, you know. I wanted it to be kind of extravagantly exuberant, a magnificence for children or something.
I think that is the important thing about that context, though, isn't it? That, you know, the kids forget where they are.
Yeah. The building is like this huge, almost, you know, it's very, very large space, and it's almost a little intimidating. And in a way, I wanted to do this kind of Alice in Wonderland shrinking trick of the building by having this, you know, you've got this huge sort of creature which acts a little bit like a great big colourful tree in a courtyard. And then when you get to the thing, it's so big that it's environmental, it's disappeared. You know, it's just it's this big loopy kind of, you know, environment.
Public art exists in a space that is sort of somewhere between design, so it's a design process, and somewhere between art.
I often think of public art as a little bit like making a film or something like that. There's a lot of people sort of involved. You kind of have a vision. You're sort of a little bit in the kind of auteur sort of position or something, but then you have to bring in all these different skills, all these people, and you run into all these kind of walls and doors that open and stuff. And you know, I think the architects are often really get into your vision, and you obviously try and engage with the architect's ideas and stuff strongly, because you really must. Then you've got the other side of the building kind of thing, which is obviously the builder. They've got totally different values, and they often see the architect's idea as kind of like, yeah, well, you know, it's essential that they're there, but, you know, but this is the real world, and imagine what they think when they meet the artist.
I've always had a good experience with the architects as collaborators.
Yeah.
They have kind of more responsibility, less freedom. And
That's right.
And they feel that sense. Architects often have a kind of skewed idea of what art is, I find.
Oh yeah, and
You know,
I think that it's something that they could do if they weren't so busy with architecture.
I think there is a different model that requires a kind of almost transdisciplinary approach where there's all these forces at the table from the beginning and really conceptually examining what it is and what it can be.
But you're not becoming one of the architects or something. You're not some
still
specialist member of the team or something like that.
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit throwing grenades from the edge, I think, and stuff, because and you've got to say, well, I'm prepared to stand my ground on this artistically and stuff, where the architects in some ways will always say that about their buildings, but the architecture really is so much about compromising.
There's an idea that you know, and we've experienced this, you won't get more public art until you've done one. And to get one can take a lot. So the idea is to get artists at the table, all sorts of artists who haven't even done it before, who just have an opinion. So the conversation is the future of it.